Hey everyone, Byron Martin here at Logee's, and today we are going to be showing you how to propagate begonias, and in particular Rex and rhizomatous, and those are the begonias with rhizomes. It works very well on those, but not necessarily on many of your other varieties of canes and uprights that are often known as begonias. So today we're going to be working with a Rex begonia. This is Satin Jazz. And it is a fairly vigorous variety and quite easy to propagate. So there's two ways that we propagate begonias. We do it either by leaf wedge or leaf petiole. And in the scenario where you only want one plant, you can actually take a rhizome cutting off the base of a plant that's growing. But here at Logee's, we grow a lot of them. And so to make a lot of plants, we use the leaf wedge or the leaf petiole. So what we do is we're going to harvest the leaf. And I use my trusty pocket knife here for cutting, or my pruning shears. We disinfect with alcohol. We're going to cut it off. And now we're going to cut this leaf into wedges. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut the petiole, and then we're going to lay the leaf flat onto the cardboard, and then we're going to start and cut a piece of the petiole off and make a cut so that we're getting a little bit of that petiole onto the cut. And that is absolutely not necessary, but it's something that we've always done over the years, so we continue to do it. It probably would be okay if you don't. They will root anywhere along these veins, and it's called meristematic tissue that suddenly awakens from the cut and turns into a callus, and then out of that callus sprouts little shoots, which makes our plants. So we dip them in a rooting hormone, this is a number 2 hormone. Hormidin is the brand on it, but you can find many different types of hormones. Just a little bit to get them going. It's not terribly strong. And now we take a pot with soil in it. This is our regular potting mix that we're using. And we're going to strike the young cuttings into that. And that's one of the reasons I have my knife here. I use it to make a little indent into it, and we stick the plant down into the media. Give it a little bit of pressure on it to firm it down. There's our next to the last one, and here goes our last one, and we're in. All right, and then, as always when we're propagating, we need to give it a drink. And so we water it thoroughly. That does two things. Obviously gives the plant some moisture, but it also kind of puts some pressure on the cutting so it feels held in the pot, and now it will begin to root. There we go. We've got it watered. Our cuttings are taken. They've settled into the soil. They have rooting hormone on it. We have cut them wedges, and we've disinfected our tools so that we don't transmit diseases to them. And now, in a home situation, the best thing to do is to tent them rather than leaving them out in the open where they're going to get stressed from wilt and dry atmosphere. So what we do is we get a plastic bag, clear plastic bag, and we're going to put a stake in the middle of this to support the tent. And that's a little longer stake than we need, so we're going to cut that off. And then we're going to come here and tie this up. And you could use a smaller bag, and you can put a twist-em on it or something like that to seal it off, but we want to make basically a plastic terrarium for it. And there we go. Now this needs to be set somewhere where it's not in direct sunlight, not a south window where we'll cook it, but it could be a north window, it can be an east to west window pulled off to the side. Just make sure no direct sunlight, but it does get really good light, so the plant is actively trying to grow. And there you have it. And then usually we get about a month or so, you'll start to see they'll root. If you went and you tugged on them, you'll see they've anchored themselves. And then in another month or so, you'll see little shoots coming up. And here's a tray that we've grown down in the greenhouses where you can see these small plantlets coming up from the leaf wedges that we've struck. And this one was struck on May 12th. So we're about a month later, and we've got active growth coming here. on many of these. And usually within another month, we'll be able to take these out and pot them. And many times there's multiple plants in there that you could divide up. We just don't do that because it's, you know, it's much easier just to pot these as they grow. But you can divide plants off of that. Once it's tented, you're going to leave it in here until you actually see the little plantlets coming up. You could take it out earlier once the roots have formed, because right now there's nothing there to support these. So the tent is keeping the humidity high, but we generally leave them in there until we actually see active growth coming out. You're going to have to pay attention to watering, but they will not dry down as fast as a normal pot because you've obviously enclosed them into a tent with humidity in. But do watch the watering from time to time. You may have to give them a little bit of a drink. And it's just about patience, and it happens. Another way to propagate begonias that are rex or rhizomatous is through leaf petiole. And the leaf petiole is this pot right here. What is a petiole? A petiole is a stem, basically. So on a plant, there's your petiole coming off of your rhizome or the stem of the plant, and it creates this branching or support for the leaf. And this is actually a little bit easier to do with less problems with disease and rot. So when you do a leaf wedge and you're constantly getting diseases getting into it, it's not your fault. First off, it's probably an older cultivar that has some diseases in the plant itself. And once we've wounded it, like we did with all that cutting, we've created a place where the disease will start to grow. Another way to do it is through leaf petiole cuttings. And what we're going to do is we're going to disinfect our shears again. We're going to take our mother plant, or we call it a stock plant. And usually what I use is a mature leaf, and you make sure you look at that leaf, make sure there's no damage to it. And then what we're going to do is take the leaf and the petiole, and we're going to dip it in the hormone, and we're going to stick it into our rooting media, like so. And it takes up more room, obviously, when we're doing it this way. But as I said, it's much easier to get them to grow this way if there's disease pressure on them. And so now what we need to do, as we did before, we're going to give them a good drink. And what's going to happen is because begonias have so much meristematic tissue in them, that is the ability to form callus, there's actually going to be a callus that forms at the base of the stem or the petiole. And that little callus, just like with our leaf wedges, is going to form, and then little plantlet shoots are going to come out of it. And over time, and you'll see little plants starting to sprout out of the soil on the bottom. And again, this is going to be tented just like this one. You put it into a tent, go through the same process of keeping it out of direct sunlight, making sure you watch your watering, and before you know it, you have begonias growing. Anyway, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe.